I want to share with you today is a story about a young lady named London Thomas. She was 17 years old and she was last seen alive being dropped off at her 23-year-old boyfriend's house. So I'm going to share the news clip with you.
But first, new information about a tragic ending to a young lady's life. The body of London Thomas found after weeks of a desperate search. Thank you for joining us. We're glad you're with us. I'm Simon Shaquette.
And I'm Whitney Burney. Tonight we are learning more about the tragic discovery of the teen's body.
We've been following the heartbreaking search for the teen. She was last seen April 5th, dropped off at her boyfriend's house in Inkster. Her phone pinged in Westland the very next morning, and she was reported missing 3 days later. Now, on April 17th, police raiding the boyfriend's home. Now, nearly 3 weeks later, her body has been discovered in Southfield.
And this evening, 7 News Detroit reporter Sarah Michaels is speaking with London's family about how they're coping amid the discovery. She's also learning new details about where London's body was reportedly found. She joins us from the area of 8 Mile and Telegraph in Southfield with those updates.
Neighbors in this area tell me that investigators discovered 17-year-old London Thomas's body inside a white SUV in this driveway Saturday evening. They tell me that they watched the entire thing unfold, and now they're wondering, how in the world could her body have gotten here?
Oh, God. It's the hardest thing ever. Not knowing what she went through. That kills me the most.
Over
So
the
sad.
weekend, Justina Martin's world shattered. She tells me news of her granddaughter London Thomas's body being found broke their family Saturday evening.
She used to call you a lot?
Yeah, she called me right before she disappeared. She called me back and said, "Thank you, I love you, Grandma."
17-year-old London had been missing since April 5th after she was dropped off at her 23-year-old boyfriend's house in Inkster. Family had been searching for the Detroit teen since. On April 17th, the police searched London's boyfriend's house.
What she always say, say, when I get old, your daddy, he ain't gonna take, she say, "I'm gonna take care of you, Grandma."
Michigan State Police is the lead agency in the investigation.
I just wanted to interrupt. The first red flag to me is why, because I don't know who dropped her off. Was it part of her family? But why would someone drop a 17-year-old off to a 23-year-old boyfriend? That's the first red flag. And, that his house had to be searched to see if she was actually there.
Over the weekend, they shared that London's body was found in Southfield, saying they currently have 2 suspects in custody who are believed to be involved in her disappearance. With your expertise, what really stands out to you about this case?
She's a 17-year-old girl with a 23-year-old boyfriend.
Exactly.
It simply concerns me that there's that difference in age.
Bill Peterson is a retired Detroit police homicide detective. He tells me,
If I was investigating a case, that's where I'd look first.
neighbors say a single mom and her 3 children live at the home where London's body was reportedly found in an SUV outside. They say that the SUV had been sitting there for 2 weeks. When I rang the doorbell, someone called out, "No comment." Meanwhile, the family has started this GoFundMe to help cover London's funeral expenses.
What are you hoping happens these next couple days?
Oh, God. Well, I want her justice. I want them to do the most time they could ever see in their life for killing my grandchild.
And family shares with me that they are holding a candlelight vigil for London in this area tonight at 7:30. In Southfield, Sarah Michaels, 7 News Detroit.
Yeah, so just after watching that news clip, is 2 things that really stood out to me. The first one I mentioned was that she's 17 years old and being dropped off to her 23-year-old boyfriend's house. It's like, how long have they been in a relationship with her being 17 and him being 23? Did the parents know about, her relationship with them? Did her father know? Were they okay with it? Because they never stated who actually dropped her off at his house. So I don't know if it may have been a friend or she took an Uber, but she was dropped off at the boyfriend's house. And then the second thing that stood out to me is that where they found her body was in a white SUV that was parked in front of a house. And the person that lived in the house was a single mother with 2 kids. So, as a single mother, as a woman, I would have been wondering who vehicle is this? Who SUV is this? Why they parked it in front of my house? Because I would have been thinking that they're either watching me or they're watching my kids. Because if you stay in the neighborhood or you're visiting someone in the neighborhood, why not park in front of their house? And for the vehicle to just sit there for 2 weeks and no one called the police before then, to me, that's kind of suspicious and that's kind of strange, because I would not have been feeling safe in that house as a single woman with 2 kids, knowing that some strange SUV is outside of my house. I would have wanted the police to come investigate to see what was really going on. So those are the two things that kind of stuck out to me. You know, she was so beautiful, only 17 years old, still a child, still growing, still learning, and to have her life taken from her at such a young age, that is just so sad. My name is Delmarshae. I would like to thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.